end to the back and forth despite multiple clarifications that have come in. Rahul Gandhi held up the constitution while attacking BJP leaders in a rally in Madhya Pradesh's Bhind yesterday. He said constitution is the soul of the poor of country. No one can touch it. There's no power in the world who can touch it. And that BJP is dreaming. Remember, the Prime Minister had said that even if Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, the architect of the constitution himself wanted to, he could not end reservations. The constitution flashpoint has captured the political center stage. But is it pure fear-mongering really? Or is there any real danger that the constitution as we know it will end or that all reservations will go? We'll take that question to our guests in just a bit. Despite many clarifications from either side, the constitution debate, as I said, is not ending. Let me just play out three of the most recent comments that have come in. In the middle of this controversy, of course, is the BJP. But what did the Congress's Wayanad candidate Rahul Gandhi said in the last 24 hours? He said the BJP will tear apart the constitution. Home Minister says they are not receiving any SC/ST or OBC reservation. But Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav has also commented about how the Bahujans particularly have understood what the BJP's conspiracy is. They go on to say that while the BJP will want to do this, Congress says Manrega, reservation for poor and the Dalits will go. The Home Minister again is clarifying that the Congress is spreading rumors, but remember, this fear is being spread on ground. Whether that's right or wrong is the debate we'll have in just a bit. But for example, the SP chief has also said if BJP comes to power, they will change the constitution, particularly the issue of reservations. Now, the topic of reservations is not simple or black and white in India. It's been a tricky subject throughout our independent history. While the opposition has been mounting this attack on the BJP, the latter has also hit back with historical references, as I said, that undermine Congress's current OBC pitch. So BJP MP Brij Lal, for example, highlighted how former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's own letter to Chief Ministers in 1961 shows his dislike for reservations themselves. Karnataka Congress was the first to bring Muslim reservation, and of course those reservations have been carved out from what was the overall OBC reservations in these states. Karnataka is not alone. Even in undivided Andhra, reservation was given to Muslims from SC/ST OBC quota, who was ruling all of those years. Congress government has also been accused of not ensuring benefits for the backward classes in what has been called minority institutions like the Delhi's Jamia Millia Islamia or UP's Aligarh Muslim University. And the BJP also hit back at SP chief Akhilesh Yadav, citing how he demoted over 1 lakh scheduled caste employees after taking over as UP Chief Minister. So are they ones to talk about with their track record? Now, the changing constitution debate is one of the hottest ones this election season. Opposition has somehow found a very potent weapon against the BJP in this. But the question does arise if this is fear-mongering. Similarly, for the opposition, the saving democracy pitch has been a big one this season as well. We'll only know once the results are announced just what impact these very rhetorical, more intellectual debates have as far as voting is concerned. For the BJP, led by the Prime Minister himself, they have hammered Congress and others on those Muslim quotas. Many opposition-ruled states have this, and they have alleged the Congress wants to do this nationally. The economic promises of the Congress manifesto, particularly wealth equity or survey, have also created a storm, along with the mention at least of the inheritance tax that has created further worry for the Congress party. But we will of course focus on the barbs flying thick and fast as far as the constitution flashpoint is concerned. Is it pure fear-mongering or is there any real danger?
नेताओं ने कहा है कि अगर चुनाव में जीत होगी तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को बदल दिया जाएगा, रद्द कर दिया जाएगा।
ये कांग्रेस पार्टी को जन्म से ही ये हमारे संविधान के प्रति नफरत है।
एक तरफ वो लोग हैं जो संविधान की रक्षा करना चाहते हैं, दूसरी तरफ वो लोग हैं जो संविधान के भक्षक हैं।
कहां से संविधान बदलने की बात आती है? मोदी जी बाबा साहब भीमराव अंबेडकर जी के संविधान को सिर पे रख करके लेके जा रहे थे। इन्होंने तो बाबा साहब भीमराव अंबेडकर का चित्तापान कांग्रेस ने किया, किसी और ने किया ही नहीं होगा।
Going across to our guest joining us, Syed Zafar Islam, national spokesperson of the BJP, Arshprit Kadyal of the Congress party joining us. With me also Rashid Kidwai, author and senior journalist, and Desh Ratam Nigam, lawyer and political analyst on the show. I do thank you all for your time. Zafar Islam, let me begin with you. Not the first time that the BJP is facing the charge. It may be political rhetoric, but it's very potent political rhetoric on the ground as the BJP is realizing. Once again, yesterday, Rahul Gandhi made the charge that you're going to take away reservations, you're going to change the constitution completely. Akhilesh Yadav is sending down the same message in Uttar Pradesh. We've seen Yogi Adityanath, other ministers in UP come out and clarify this. It seems the opposition has really found a weapon against you.
Not at all. I mean, this is your or maybe somebody's wrong perception. The ground reality is something very different, that every single voter wants to vote for development, for Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and for better India and for their own welfare. And this is what we have demonstrated last 10 years. The Honorable Prime Minister has demonstrated that how he can take India to greater heights, how he can safeguard the interests of the common man on the street. This is what we have done. They are misleading because they know for sure that the people's perception about our government is extremely positive. There is an element of receptiveness in whatever the Honorable Prime Minister speaks. And they know that instead of them, they are being dumped by the people of this great country, and they are going to vote for the
So are you
Prime
saying
Minister
you're not
and the
worried?
NDA.
Zafar
And
Islam, are you saying you're not worried about the
all.
fact that this message is being taken across, at least certainly North India, that the reservations are going to be done away with by the BJP? The Prime Minister himself has had to clarify this, but that messaging or that attack from the opposition is not ending.
Shivani ji, they have no other issues to discuss. They are trying to create this issue, but there is absolutely no receptiveness as far as people is concerned. They're trying to mislead the people. Fact is that everyone knows that the Honorable Prime Minister has very candidly said that even Baba Ambedkar ji, if he wants to change today, he will not be able to change the constitution, and nobody can touch the reservation.
Okay.
So everything has been said out and open. Everything is out and open for everyone to see. It is, and let me just tell you one thing. Since 2014, they are spreading this rumor. They are trying to mislead the people. In 2019, we won the election handsomely. 2017, we won the election handsomely. Unprecedented result. 2022, unprecedented result.
Okay.
And 2024, they will be completely wiped out.
Actually, that's not a bad point.
8080 in UP.
8080 in UP. We'll see about that. But you've also got that 400 Par slogan and nationally. But I'll come to that in just a bit. But, Ashprit, the point that Zafar Islam makes is right. You see the opposition messaging against Narendra Modi at one point of time, or Narendra Modi-led BJP government at the center since 2014. The essence of that message hasn't changed. That, democracy will end, secularism will end, the constitution will go. And people have seen this for the last 10 years. Does this message not have diminishing returns?
Not at all, Shivani. The very fact that we are debating upon this issue and you are anchoring it and CNN is doing it means that it is relevant, means that people are seeing it, people are understanding that the Bharatiya Janata Party is against Constitution. This election is between two alliances, Shivani. One is the India alliance that wants to save democracy, wants to save the Constitution of India. and the non-democratic alliance that wants to do away with the very constitution that brought India about. And the Bharatiya Janata Party, number one, has a pattern. They have a history to it. First is when Mr. Modi said that there are intruders in the country, that बच्चे जिनके ज़्यादा होते हैं उनको आपके जवारात दिए जाएंगे. That was an attack on our constitution. That was an attack on our preamble, the introduction to the Constitution of India. And I quote for the Bharatiya Janata Party to know what it says: "We, the people of India, socialist, sovereign, secular democratic republic."
But that wasn't an amendment. It's actually quite ironical you mentioned that, because that was an amendment at the peak of emergency.
The fact of the matter is that the Bharatiya Janata Party has violated that. The fact of the matter is that the Bharatiya Janata Party has undermined that, not for the first time. The second instance is, you remember, Supreme Court 1 is the guardian of the Constitution of India, and the word of the Supreme Court is the law of the land. But when the Supreme Court struck electoral bonds as unconstitutional, Mr. Modi said, "Success story hai." It was the BJP's word against the Supreme Court's word, the guardian of the Constitution. Are they challenging the Supreme Court? Number two, not just that. When the Supreme Court said in an order that CJ is to be made a part of the selection committee, they bypassed the guardian of the Constitution by doing that. And when there was an order of the Supreme Court regarding the powers of the Delhi government, they again made a law and bypassed the Honorable Supreme Court.
So you're pointing out about, I get that. But the particular danger in the Congress's or the India Bloc's messaging on the Constitution debate this election is the suggestion, and I don't know where it has come from, but there is a suggestion that somehow reservations will go. Now, where has the Congress picked this up from? Are you not guilty of fear-mongering, which you may accuse the BJP of, let's say on your manifesto, but it seems like both parties are doing it?
No, not at all. See, first and foremost, it is the Constitution that ensures reservation. It is the Constitution that ensures the protection of Dalits, of OBCs, of SCs, of STs, of women, of every single person that lives in the country. Article 21, which is right to life and personal liberty. You remember, Shivani, when Manipur happened, Mr. Modi didn't say a word for 79 days, did not visit Manipur, but he went to Rajasthan because it was an election-going state. That was a violation of Article 21, right to life and personal liberty. When they throw away journalists and put them behind bars, impose
but reservations, Ashpreet, reservations. Why this suggestion that reservations will go? From where have you got this?
From the last 10 years, the country has been demanding caste census. The Bharatiya Janata Party has not done that. That goes on to suggest, number one, that they are against reservation, that they're against OBCs, are against Dalits, and the Bharatiya Janata Party is exposed. And therefore, the thing that they're accusing us of is what the Bharatiya Janata Party does best.
Okay. Let me bring in our other two guests also. I'll come back to our political guests in just a bit. Deshratna Nigam, is this something that could hurt the BJP? The Congress feels that their record is such that the people may be wary that somehow reservations will go. I know here and there some RSS past quotes have been quoted to kind of drive home this point that, see, this is what their fountainhead believes. Is there a real danger that the public could perceive? I'm not suggesting the BJP has promised that or is going to do that or it's on their agenda, but the public could perceive that danger and the BJP is sensing that danger.
Shivani, let me make it very clear that the RSS had never said. What he meant at that point of time was the benefits of reservation are not reaching everybody, and therefore there is a need to look into it so that benefit reaches everyone. That was the reason. Even today, the benefits of reservation have not gone to the last man standing. So that is where the delivery system of the BJP comes into the picture, where they send delivery of their schemes directly to the people, whether they are under reservation or not under reservation. It was the BJP which gave 10% economically weaker section quota to the people. So they are not there to remove reservation, they are there to give to the people who are actually needy. And remember, BJP, believing in true federalism, gave the right to decide OBC caste to the states. Earlier, the center was deciding. And this is where the West Bengal and Karnataka misused this OBC concept and gave reservation to the Muslims. Entire Muslims in Karnataka have been given that reservation. So the misuse is being done by the Congress, not by the BJP. In fact, believes in the reservation. And I have given the examples that in 1975, that was the only time when the Constitution was destroyed and trashed. And the opposition parties which are enjoying the fruits of democracy, fruits of our electoral process, are themselves attacking the very same electoral process which allows them to contest elections and win the elections. When they win the elections, the EVM is perfect. When they do not win the election, the EVM is back. This is the narrative that they are trying to build. And let me tell you, from the ground, as I see and move around, there is no resonance to all this, what is being brought out.
Okay.
I mean, that's the actual fact. And instead of having an alternative vision to BJP's development agenda, this rhetoric is being brought out to counter the development agenda. But from the ground reports that I have, there is no resonance on the ground.
Rashid Kidwai, the question that also goes to the opposition as the BJP is doing, particularly the Congress that has ruled for 55 years at the national level in our history of 75 years, is that look at your own track record. You're carving out quota within quota for a religious minority. The Constitution doesn't talk about a religious minority reservation, but you're doing it. You've violated the Constitution during an emergency. Wholesale changes were brought in. Even the preamble was changed, which Arshpreet quoted. So who is really for the Constitution and against? History is not so kind to Congress here.
Shivani, first of all, there are few things politicians and political parties don't tell, and this needs to be remembered. First of all, entire concept of reservation, it's not cast in stone. It is not something sacrosanct. It is not something, sacred. The framers of Constitution had thought it to be just for temporary measure for 10 years. So from 1950 to 1960, it has been 80 years, almost 80 years now that the reservations have been, continuing. In last time when, reservations were extended for 10 more years in 2019, 104th Amendment, the, reservation for Anglo-Indians was removed. So this has a scope. I mean, if party is in power, then they have a potential to tweak it, bring one, social group or other. The reservations in India, reservation policies have been very highly erratic, whimsical, and lacks that kind of.
No, so actually, Rashid Kidwai, I agree with you. You're making a very progressive statement that there should be a debate and discussion on reservations. They were never meant to be unending. But the fear and paranoia that the Congress is spreading today is exactly the opposite, that, they're going to go away tomorrow.
Shivani, both sides are doing it. There is one side is saying that, if their opponents come to power, they will, tweak it and they'll give a part of reservation, benefits of reservation to Muslims and other, minority communities, religious-based sort of thing, and which is, sort of a kind of, fear-mongering, because as per law, that is not feasible. Wherever Muslims were getting benefit of reservations or are getting, is it because of their socio-economic backwardness. The Karnataka example also was introduced in 1977, and it continued several times when the BJP was in power, either directly or as a coalition partner. Mr. Bomai removed it just at the fag end of, when he was demitting office in 2023. So it was clearly an afterthought. And second, the other side, the Congress is doing this, that because the BJP has given this slogan of 400 par, they are, spreading this kind of thing that if BJP comes to power again, then they'll tweak it and they'll perhaps remove reservation. And since RSS and the elements have said this, so both sides are doing it. There is a political
that is what politics is. I agree with you there. But Arshpreet, the reality also is the BJP has had the power to make constitutional changes even in their last 2 terms. Amit Shah says we did have that power. We did it to remove Article 370 and other things that we did not like, and they challenge you to talk about those issues. So this whole 400 par and that you need 2/3 majority to change the constitution, that seems to be a stretch. The BJP has had the power and the majority to change constitutional provisions,
and therefore they have tried their level best to undermine the constitution. I cited a couple of examples in the first segment as to how they have undermined the Constitution, undermined the Supreme Court. Going further, on April 15, 2024, the Bharatiya Janata Party's MP from Faizabad constituency of Uttar Pradesh, Lalu Singh, said that we need 2/3 majority to amend and rewrite the Constitution.
No, but what's wrong with that? He didn't say reservations will go. You've amended and changed the Constitution too.
No. Mr. Modi. No, I'll answer your question. I'll also connect like Mr. Modi connects with the past, with the patterns. So the examples that I gave you, that they're against reservation, no caste census done, and the statements given by the RSS leaders, I'll come to that as well. Let's look at the second statement given by the BJP leader on the March 10th of 2024. BJP MP from Uttara Kannada, Anant Kumar Hegde, has said that the voters should give 2/3 mandate to the Bharatiya Janata Party Lok Sabha to amend the constitution, and UGC under the Narendra Modi government had proposed vacancies reserved for SCs, STs and OBCs. Candidates should also be declared unreserved. And not just that, in 2017, Bharatiya Janata Party's MP, Anant Hegde, he also made another statement. He said it in an open forum that we have come to change the constitution, and the Bharatiya Janata Party's leaders should also answer this question.
Okay. So you're saying just like the BJP has made 2+2, Syed Zafar Islam, the Congress and the opposition is also free to do. You look at what the BJP's core messaging has been. It's been that, the Congress is going to take away from a certain group of people and give to a certain group of people. Now, if you can spread fear and paranoia on that, it's fair game for the opposition too.
See, what we have seen in the past, what they have done, that's what one of the panelists was also talking about. When they had the flexibility, they did it and violated the basic principles of reservation, because it should not be for any religious group, but still they went ahead and did it. Again, now the SC/ST commission is in place, so they cannot do that because state will have to come back to the commission to take their consent, and what the flexibility they had in the past, which they misused, as Desh Rashan ji said, that they no longer can do it. Having said that, the Honorable Prime Minister has very candidly said, these are spread. They are spreading. They are spreading for last 10 years. They have failed miserably. They will fail miserably this time. Same thing. You just pick up during Bihar election. They did the same thing. During 2014 election, they did the same thing. During UP election, they did the same thing. During Madhya Pradesh election, they did the same thing. And what is the result today? Every election, Bharatiya Janata Party, not only won with a better margin, handsomely, and Congress was absolutely on the mat.
Okay, Ashpreet has one second. Ashpreet has a question for you. Very quickly, Ashpreet. 10 seconds, then he'll respond.
Thank you.
10 seconds, then he'll respond.
Yeah, I have a question for Mr. Zafar. Mr. Zafar should just tell us, does he condemn the statement of RSS publicity chief Manmohan Vaidya, who said that he is opposed to continuation of reservation and that this is against the principle of equality? And does he condemn or welcome Mr. Mohan Bhagwat's statement? He said in an interview to RSS mouthpieces, Panchajanya and organizer in September 2015, allegedly the mouthpieces, and he stated that we need to review reservation and review the means of the formal process before we terminate it.
Okay, let him respond.
Was this a statement made today, yesterday? It was made in 2015 and 2017. And that's why I said, the outcome, 2017 UP election, massive victory. We were trying to mislead the people. See, the statement coming from the Honorable Prime Minister, who heads the government, and what did he say? He said there absolutely no headroom or scope to change the constitution or bring amendment in the constitution or do anything with the reservation.
Do you welcome the statement or do you condemn the statement?
And have faith in his leadership.
Do you welcome or do you condemn it?
They have faith in his leadership.
Okay, that's the point. There are statements that are being made by many individuals, including the inheritance tax statement by Sam Pitroda, which landed the Congress in a bit of a soup. But is that really the debate which is resonating on ground? I want to go back to Rashid Kidwai with that question. Is it going to be development versus this esoteric, saving democracy pitch? Which one is going to work? As Desh Ratam Nigam says, actually people are not concerned with this esoteric debate. They've seen this for last 10 years. What they want is real development. So it's going to be real issues on ground or the rhetoric?
my dear friend Mr. Deshratan seems to be convincing himself by saying that there is nothing is there. If there is not there, then why are we talking about it? Shivani, fact of the matter is that there are double standards that political parties observe. Here they are saying that SC/ST reservation is not being extended in Jamia Millia Islamia and AMU. I want to ask Mr. Zafar Islam, who's funding Jamia Millia Islamia and a legal Muslim university? The central universities, they get funding from HRD, education ministry. Who's saving, preventing government from removing, word secular and socialist from the Indian Constitution preamble? It's been 10 years, so you don't do it when you are in power, and when you are facing election, then you say that when we come to power, we'll do this, we'll do that. So there are a lot of double standards are there, and Shivani, because these issues find traction for or against, that's why they're being talked about. So you are right as a picking this issue for a debate and asking. I think people will give their verdict on June 4th. But to say that it is not a issue, then why two sides talking about it? Politicians don't waste their time.
Yeah, no, actually, you've got a good point there, Deshratan Nigam. You've been in power for 10 years. You can, as the BJP now, no longer create fear because of what used to happen in a government, 10 years ago or till 10 years ago. The BJP has to talk about what, if it so strongly believes in some of these issues, like the word secular in the preamble or socialist or whatever else, or reservations. What have you done to correct the situation?
Well, Shivani, let me tell you, BJP, I believe, you have a BJP spokesperson out here, but to supplement him is that BJP has its own priority list, which is the development. Socialism would remain. Socialism, as long as the poverty is there in India, socialism works. Welfare socialism will always be there. It has always been there, and all BJP's policies are directed towards that end, whether it is distributing ration to 80 crore people or mudra loans or various schemes of the. So that, so far as secularism is concerned, it is not mentioned inside the constitution. So effectively, it is not a part of constitution. It is only a part of the preamble brought through a back door in 1975, when the entire opposition was absent in the parliament. And let me tell you, who gave the OBC reservation to this country? It was VP Singh. Please understand, with the support of the then BJP, it was not the Congress. So if they want to do OBC politics, they must go back into their own history.
Okay.
And if you look at the entire scenario today, development is the only agenda. However, if you talk of inheritance tax and throw a full toss to the Prime Minister, he will hit it for a 6, which he did. And they have been throwing things on a platter to the Prime Minister, which being in competitive politics, he will utilize to the hilt, to the maximum advantage for the BJP.
All right, I have to leave it at that. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. Certainly, this election is also going to be a bit of a referendum on exactly what kind of issues work on ground. Is it fear and envy that can work, or is it just going to be vision of delivery? Coming up after a short break, though, we have another big debate coming up, and this is the frenemies in Bengal. TMC versus the Congress yet again in the state. Are they going to end up impacting the India bloc chances nationally? We'll get you more in just a bit.
कब से हम इंतजार कर
सारे जो जितने बैग है सब
So yes, the number could increase at this point in time. As we speak, the number is constantly increasing. Several other schools are also reporting that they had this threat that came in this morning. I have a parent with me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am, एक second. आप यहीं पर हैं, लाइव पर हैं, मैम. आपके बच्चे यहाँ पे, मैम, क्या हुआ था और स्कूल ने क्या बोला था?
सर स्कूल से अर्ली मॉर्निंग एक मैसेज आया था, उसके अंदर ये लगता है कि स्कूल के अंदर यहाँ पे एक बॉम्ब का मैसेज आया है। ये सर, ये मेरे स्कूल से भी मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं। तो ये मैसेज आया था कि आपका के स्कूल के बच्चे हैं तो लेके जाइए यहाँ से, ये तो इसलिए मैं अपने बच्चों को फिर यहाँ से लेके चली गई।
आपके बच्चे यहाँ से लेकर कितने बजे मैसेज आया था मैम अप्रॉक्सीमेटली?
सर सुबह 7:30 के अराउंड मैसेज आ गया था। ये 7:15 का उसका टाइम होता है। ये
अभी कोई अपडेट आया
सर? अभी से कोई अपडेट नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं, अभी कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है, कोई मैसेजेस नहीं है, स्कूल से कोई कुछ नहीं हो रहा, अभी कोई टच नहीं है ये। Thank you so much.
So yes, I'll just try and show you in the visuals over here. Parents are constantly coming over here. They have taken their wards back to their homes, but this is Mother Mary School out here in East Delhi, and as we speak, the number of schools that are reporting such emails is constantly increasing. More than 10 schools have officially reported that they have received these bomb threats, whereas what sources are telling us that in specific districts such as the Dwarka district, 6 to 7 schools have already reported that they have received these emails. 2 to 3 schools in Noida have also reported that they have received these emails.
Welcome back. Former TMC MP Sushmita Dev has posted a purported video of Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury in which he can be heard telling people that it's better to vote for the BJP than the TMC in West Bengal. In this undated video posted by Dev, Chowdhury, who's the leader of the opposition in Lok Sabha, can be heard saying in Bengali, "Why vote for TMC? Better to vote for BJP." While the veracity and the context of the video could not be verified, the differences between the TMC and Chowdhury are not new. Earlier this week, Chowdhury blamed TMC for weakening the India bloc in West Bengal while campaigning for CPM State Secretary Mohammad Salim in Murshidabad. He also claimed that the BJP is gaining ground in West Bengal. A day after that, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on Sunday accused the Congress and the CPM of being the two eyes of BJP in the state. Let's listen in to what Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury is heard saying in this latest video.
तृणमूल के वोट देওয়া মানে তার থেকে ভালো বিজেপি কে ভোট দিয়ে দিলাম। তৃণমূল কে ভোট দেওয়া মানে তার থেকে অনেক ভালো বিজেপি কে ভোট দিলাম। তৃণমূল কে ভোট দেওয়া মানে তার থেকে ভালো বিজেপি কে ভোট দিয়ে দিলাম। তৃণমূল কে ভোট দেওয়া মানে তার থেকে অনেক ভালো বিজেপি কে ভোট দিলাম।
Let's take a look at what Mamata Banerjee herself said on April 30, taking a jibe at BJP leaders JP Nadda and Yogi Adityanath for sparing Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury in their relentless attacks during campaigning in Behrampur over the past 2 days. So while she was addressing this rally in Malda, she said BJP keeps harassing TMC leaders every single day, but BJP gives the opposition leader in Murshidabad utmost respect. Here she is of course alluding to how Yogi and Nadda refrained from attacking Adhir. Mounting attack on the West Bengal Congress chief, she also asked, is he really a congressman or is he truly anti-BJP? She said Adhir and West Bengal Congress leaders helped the BJP out in implementing all of their malicious intentions in the state. She targeted the Congress, alleging that the party is never found speaking in Lok Sabha for Bengal. And she urged the voters on her part not to vote for the Congress in these elections. So the TMC-Congress fight is at it again. Will these frenemies end up impacting the India bloc chances? Because after all, if they were to be voted to power, they have to run a government together. How they're going to do that is a question that will arise.
कांग्रेस पार्टी का एक ही मकसद है, बीजेपी की संख्या जो है आज है 42 सीटों में 18 सीट 2019 के चुनाव में बीजेपी को गए थे। बीजेपी को हमें घटाना है और भारी मात्रा में घटाना है।
All this while, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury was the eyes and the ears of BJP in Bengal. And today, when from a public stage, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury says that it's better to vote for BJP than Trinamool Congress.
ये कैसा गठबंधन है? This is not गठबंधन, this is ठगबंधन। तो ये दिखाता है no mission, only confusion. This is called friendship with benefits.
Rashid Kidwai, author and senior journalist, continues to be with us. Syed Zafar Islam is also with me. Rashid Kidwai, are we to see this just again as some sort of shadow boxing which is meant particularly for a certain constituency in West Bengal? Or is this really something that is getting to a region, to a territory that can impact the two parties' relationship and standing nationally as well?
Shivani, Adhir Ranjan has been a kind of embarrassment for the Congress when it comes to West Bengal. His utterances have always been like this. He's actually quite rattled because he has to face Yusuf Pathan, and he's finding it very difficult. So he thinks that if the vote is TMC vote is divided and if it goes to the BJP, then perhaps it will help him. But that has been a problem because as they say in Hindi, nadan dost, so Mr. Adhir Ranjan is proving to be a nadan dost as far as the India Alliance and Congress is concerned.
Is he truly nadan? I don't believe that. Is he truly naive and innocent?
Yeah, I think you have raised a very, while you were smiling, but I think you've raised a very pertinent issue. You see, in Bengal, the problem is that earlier old time, when the left was powerful and Congress and Mamta, then the same people, including Mamta Banerjee and Adhir Ranjan, used to talk about Mahajot, that alliance with BJP against the left. So Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury is also talking about a kind of Mahajot between, the Congress and BJP against Mamta. So this has been the local dynamics, but the Congress cannot. I admire Mr. Jairam Ramesh's innocence. He is very good at when it comes to BJP, he very promptly attacks. But when it comes to Adhir Ranjan, he's saying, "Oh, I'll watch the video and I'll see and I'll decide." So there is of course a lot of double standard, as we were talking in the previous debate also. But Adhir Ranjan is actually in a very sticky wicket politically, and therefore he is saying these things to cater to local needs of his own.
Okay, the BJP gets accused of having a truck both with the Congress and the CPM and with the TMC on the other hand in West Bengal. I know, Zafar Islam, you would be very nicely sitting pretty and enjoying what's happening in West Bengal, but does any of this help you, is the larger question?
Well, I only know one thing, and that is going to be a reality, that Bharatiya Janata Party is going to not only improve our tally, but we are going to go beyond 30. And as our Honorable Party President has said a few days ago in West Bengal, that we will not be surprised if we even touch 35 out of 40 seats. So let them fight with each other. They need to keep their house in order, but our house is in order. We are moving in the right direction. We know exactly that what is the mood of the people, and we are confident that we will register a massive victory in West Bengal. Something which they had never anticipated, never can comprehend the kind of victory we are likely to post in West Bengal, purely because these people are only trying to mislead the people against Bharatiya Janata Party, mislead the voters against Bharatiya Janata Party. They are fighting among each other because they have their own, they are only trying to safeguard their own interest. They have zero value for the people, but they just want to be happily positioned in every situation. That cannot happen. Bharatiya Janata Party is picking the issues of the people. Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to safeguard the interests of the common man on the street, and Bharatiya Janata Party will work for the welfare of the people of the state and for the betterment of the society and the country. So they all know, and a very well informed group and the voters in West Bengal.
We'll see how that plays out.
This is the party who will take West Bengal out of this darkness which is currently
No, certainly,
under the
if
leadership
you have
of,
national allies
Mamta Banerjee
bickering like this and really accusing each other of espionage type, offences, then what is the public supposed to make if you were to come to power at the national level? I'll come to that in just a bit, but Riju Datta of the TMC is also joining us. Riju, if you were to hear his entire statement or a little bit longer than what Sushmita Dev tweeted, he says 100 seats have gone out of BJP hands, the numbers are decreasing. That is why it's important to give vote to Congress and left and not to the TMC. And in that context, he said, don't vote for the TMC because that means voting for the BJP. It's as good or it's even better to vote for the BJP directly than voting for the TMC. He's also saying the same thing that Mamta Banerjee is saying. Mamta Banerjee is also telling the public, don't vote for Congress and left because they are BJP's eyes and ears.
Look, the bottom line is Mamata Banerjee and All India Trinamool Congress stands resolute with the India Alliance, which is INC, Indian National Congress. We have said time and again, this is not the first time, that we are anti-ARC, which is Adhir Ranjan Congress. We have said that he's the informer of BJP all these years. He has been working as an informer of BJP. And finally, yesterday, the mask is off and it is out in the open. Where India is standing resolute against BJP, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury is saying it is better to vote for BJP than TMC.
No, but Mamata Banerjee is also saying don't vote for the Congress and the left.
No, Mamata Banerjee never made any kind of statement. The problem is you are in Noida, you don't know what is happening in the grassroots of Bengal. And with all due respect, I am saying this. Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury is acting as an agent of BJP. And that
I'm not questioning his part, but I may not be in West Bengal, Riju, but I have read several reports from Bengali dailies that are quoting Mamata Banerjee as saying, don't vote for the left and the Congress. In fact, I've run your bite. I've run your video bite where you are saying left and CPM are the eyes and ears of the BJP. So you're making the same charge against them. How is the India bloc together?
No, India bloc is together. Don't worry about that. BJP, there is no Modi ka guarantee or no Modi wave in Bengal. It is only Didi ka guarantee here. The bottom line is the Congress and the CPM in Bengal. That is why we do not have an alliance in Bengal. The Congress and the CPM in Bengal are acting as agents of BJP. They are acting as conduit pipes of the BJP to further BJP's cause, which we are not going to happen. The India alliance is resolute on only one aspect, that is defeating the BJP. So if a Congress leader is standing from a public stage and saying, rather than vote for TMC, vote for BJP, then it is quite out in the open that he is BJP's agent. And after 4th of June, hear me out. After 4th of June, he's a 5-time MP. After 4th of June, I give him all the best so that he can enjoy his pension benefits from the parliament. His days are numbered and he's going to come third from Bahrampur.
So why is it that this continues to happen if your relationship is so good at the national level? Aren't you upset that the Congress leadership cannot control its state leaders?
So again, you have self-answered your question, Shivani. I am not the spokesperson of the Congress. It is for the Congress to muzzle these kind of people because it is harming them. When Mamata Banerjee, Sitaram Yechuri, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Mr. Sonia Gandhi are sitting together trying to fight a war plan, making a war plan against a huge political force like BJP, their local level leaders, or in this case, the leader of opposition of Lok Sabha is from a public stage is saying rather than vote for TMC, vote for BJP. So now the onus is on the Gandhi Parivar and the Congress High Command to muzzle and these people and against them.
Well, muzzle seems to be a very strong word you're using there. But Rashid Kidwai, you wanted to come in here. Is this really the failure of the Gandhi leadership or the Congress leadership?
Shivani, two quick points. One is that Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury is a bundle of contradictions. When Yusuf Pathan's candidature was announced, he was very upset with Mallikarjun Kharge and he said why you could not strike a seat sharing formula with Mamata Banerjee. So that is another side of him. The second part is that when you don't have alliance with ideologically compatible parties, it happens that people speak in very different languages. You look at and Congress is not alone. Look at Congress. You were citing about TMC. Look at that Pinari Vijayan's statement about the Congress party.
Yeah. Look at Congress and AAP in Delhi and Punjab.
Yeah, absolutely. But you must also not forget Mr. Zafar Islam's party. It was in alliance with PDP in Kashmir and the kind of things that bitterness that it caused. You look at today also, Shivani, there is the BJP is in alliance with JDS. What does S stand for? Secular, Janata Dal secular, and not to talk of Mr. Zafar Islam party's entire plank of Sandesh Khali is being diluted by that JDS MP what he has supposedly done
in Karnataka.
So it happens when alliances are forged, in the absence of ideology or political compatibility.
But the good thing is that you are at least accepting that there is an absence of ideology or compatibility. Zafar Islam, the problem is that yes, I know the PDP case is cited against the BJP. I don't think how long it will take for the BJP to live that down. But that was still in the past. Now we're talking about the future. Is the public going to vote for this future is the question. Zafar Islam.
See, as I said, there are two things. As far as Bengal is concerned, Bengal, both TMC and Congress, both parties will be decimated and we will definitely get more than 30 plus seats, even 35 seats. Where they also have understanding in few seats. Congress is supporting TMC, somewhere Congress is fighting against TMC. but more or less the message purposely they have not shown alliance in West Bengal because they wanted to defeat Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury. Otherwise, they have some kind of a tacit understanding, but people of West Bengal have understood and they will discard the approach and the understanding both the parties has between them, with the exception of Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury's constituency. But it is their problem, it is none of our problem. As far as Hindi में कहावत है, दो बुल्ले में मुर्गी हराम. So let them fight. Let them do whatever they want to do. We know exactly what our objective is. We know exactly what we intend to do. We know what we are going to achieve, and we know that the efforts will result in what consequences in the result. So we know exactly 35 seats, around 35 seats we'll get. We are very happy and confident about that.
Okay, Ritu Datta, the same question to you.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, the same question to you. Rashid Kidwai, I'll just come back to you shortly. Why should the public believe that somehow magically all of your differences will be fine, you will be able to love each other and, you know, live happily together if you were to be voted to power? And actually, Rashid Kidwai has a point. It's not just about TMC here with the Congress. You've got the left in Kerala with the Congress. You've got the AAP in couple of states with the Congress. This is precisely the internal contradictions of the India bloc that were raised, that were questioned when it was coming together.
Shivani, to answer you, ये public है, ये सब जानती है. They have had enough of this Bharatiya Jumlabaz party where all their promises are nothing but hollow promises to the people of this country. All these Modi ka parivar from Brij Bhushan to Prajwal Ravanna, the public has seen. So at the end of the day, the votes that will be given by the public will be either for BJP or against BJP, which is for India Alliance. So I think whatever decision comes out in the 4th of June, after the first two phases, BJP is visibly rattled, and you as one of the top journalists of the country, I'm sure you also know what the whispers are nationally. So let BJP do whatever they want. We are standing resolute. I, as the spokesperson of Trinamool Congress, I am telling you with all authority that and all assurance that Trinamool Congress is defeating BJP in Bengal. Whatever votes, whatever numbers that BJP are going to get in Bengal, we are going to get at least double that. And it is not the first time I'm saying this. I've said this multiple times on your channel. So, मैं सही हूँ या जफर भाई सही हैं, 4th जून को बैठ के फिर डिस्कस करेंगे. Let's see who knows Bengal better.
बिल्कुल सही स्पिरिट है वो. 4th जून को हम बैठ के CNN News 18 पे डिस्कस करेंगे. But parting shot from Rashid Kidwai, how do we look at this larger tussle between the Congress as a national party that has big regional stakes and regional parties? Because ultimately, when the state elections come calling, for example, in Kerala, the fight will get even more bitter, right? They're all vying for the same pie. You've got other states like that where the Congress may have receded in the past, but it wants to gain ground, and those grounds will be gained against some regional parties, not necessarily against BJP. So how do you look at this fight going forward, let's say beyond the 2024 elections?
Yes, Shivani, I think you have raised a very pertinent issue. The alliance politics in India has a basic feature that there is a dominant party and there are others, like you look at NDA and BJP and in the UDF, Congress is being in the forefront. Here the problem with India alliance is there is an inherent problem because they are co-equals. Now in practical term, co-equality does not exist. So there has to be a leader, a prime ministerial candidate, a dominant partner and others. And that is what India alliance is struggling with, and this will not end, as you rightly said. It will be reflected in subsequent assembly elections also.
Zafar Islam, how confident are you that the messaging, which is of a strong NDA under a strong BJP, is going to trump the democracy, constitution, federalism, all state leaders together message of the India bloc?
See, India bloc is no more a bloc. You have just shown that how they are fighting among themselves. So it's not a bloc. You can see the crack everywhere. Every state you go, you can see the crack. While the NDA is a united unit, we know what is the messaging we want to give it to the people. No messaging except one message. We are there to serve them. Our only objective is to serve them better, ensure that their interest is safeguarded, ensure that the country becomes a stronger country in the eyes of the global community, and this is what we have been able to demonstrate, and people have confidence in us, confidence in the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, and they have made up their mind, not only to unsettle Mamata Banerjee, unsettle the entire India alliance, Ghamandiya alliance, and there are many top leaders who have actually chosen not to fight election because they were given the opportunity by their respective parties to please fight the election against Bharatiya Janata Party, but they chose not to because they are not confident. So where the confidence lies? In us. Where the fear lies? In them. And why the fear lies? Because they have always worked for their welfare, not the people's welfare. And our objective is very different, to work for the people and for the betterment of their life and make their life easy, and for ease of living is something which the Honorable Prime Minister is committed, and he has been able to demonstrate in the last 10 years.
Right. The Khichdi message of the India bloc versus the very stable, very clear visioned message of the NDA, that again is a very big political pitch of this election, because for the first time in after many...
frame is shaking.
Okay.
No,
what are you implying?
Forget about my frame shaking. I hope Saeed Zafar Islam goes to the parliament.
His frame is shaking. Like the situation in India, like they are shaking. They are shaking all over. West Bengal and elsewhere. They are shaking. See, it's still shaking.
All right. We had such a sober debate, but it's kind of become a little bit angry towards the end.
Please don't shake.
Okay, thank you very much. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. Like I was saying, which message again resonates more with the public is another big answer we'll get on June 4. That's all the time I have. Thanks a lot for sticking with us on Plain Speak. News and updates will continue in just a bit. मेरे एक
बहुत सारे जो जितने बैग है सब
So yes, the number could increase at this point in time. As we speak, the number is constantly increasing. Several other schools are also reporting that they had this threat that came in this morning. I have a parent with me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. एक सेकंड. आप यहीं पर हैं, लाइव पर हैं, मैम. आपके बच्चे यहाँ पे, मैम, क्या हुआ था और स्कूल ने क्या बोला था?
सर, स्कूल से अर्ली मॉर्निंग एक मैसेज आया था. उसके अंदर ये रहता है कि स्कूल के अंदर यहाँ पे एक बॉम्ब का मैसेज आया है. ये सर, ये मेरे स्कूल से भी मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं. तो ये मैसेज आया था कि आपका के स्कूल के बच्चे हैं तो लेके जाइए यहाँ से. ये तो इसलिए मैं अपने बच्चों को फिर यहाँ से लेके चली गई.
आपके बच्चे यहाँ से लेकर कितने बजे मैसेज आया था मैम अप्रॉक्सीमेटली?
सर, सुबह 7:30 के अराउंड में से ना मैसेज आ गया था. ये 7:15 का उसका टाइम होता है. ये
अभी कोई अपडेट आया स्कूल?
सर, अभी से कोई अपडेट नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. अभी कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है, कोई मैसेजेस नहीं है. स्कूल से कुछ नहीं हो रहा, अभी कोई टच नहीं है. ये Thank you so much.
So yes, I'll just try and show you in the visuals over here. Parents are constantly coming over here. They have taken their wards back to their homes, but this is Mother Mary School out here in East Delhi, and as we speak, the number of schools that are reporting such emails is constantly increasing. More than 10 schools have officially reported that they have received these bomb threats, whereas what sources are telling us that
Welcome back. We're getting visuals from the Hubli airport where Nehra Hiramat's parents have arrived to meet Home Minister Amit Shah. The BJP's Arvind Bellad is also accompanying the parents. Remember, Neha was brutally stabbed to death by a jilted lover or deranged man on April 18th. She is the daughter of a Congress corporator in the state of Karnataka who has himself raised questions over love jihad as far as this case is concerned. He's been unhappy as far as the response of the state government and the law machinery over this case is concerned. And there you can see Neha Hiramat's parents, the Congress corporator and wife and family there at the Hubli airport to meet Home Minister Amit Shah.
जो जितने बैग है सब
So yes, the number could increase at this point in time. As we speak, the number is constantly increasing. Several other schools are also reporting that they had this threat that came in this morning. I have a parent with me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am, एक सेकंड. आप यहीं पर हैं, लाइव पर हैं, मैम. आपके बच्चे यहाँ पे, मैम, क्या हुआ था और स्कूल ने क्या बोला था?
सर, स्कूल से अर्ली मॉर्निंग एक मैसेज आया था, उसके अंदर ये लेता है कि स्कूल के अंदर यहाँ पे एक बॉम्ब का मैसेज आया है. ये सर, मेरे स्कूल से भी मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं. तो ये मैसेज आया था कि आपका के स्कूल के बच्चे हैं तो लेके जाइए यहाँ से. ये तो इसलिए मैं अपने बच्चे को फिर यहाँ से लेके चली गई.
आपके बच्चे यहाँ से लेकर कितने बजे मैसेज आया था मैम अप्रॉक्सीमेटली?
सर, सुबह 7:30 के अराउंड में से मैसेज आ गया था. ये 7:15 का उसका टाइम होता है. ये
अभी कोई अपडेट आया
सर? अभी से कोई अपडेट नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं. अभी कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है, कोई मैसेज नहीं है. स्कूल से कोई कुछ नहीं हो रहा, अभी कोई टच नहीं है. ये Thank you so much.
So yes, I'll just try and show you in the visuals over here. Parents are constantly coming over here. They have taken their wards back to their homes, but this is Mother Mary School out here in East Delhi, and as we speak, the number of schools that are reporting such emails is constantly increasing. More than 10 schools have officially reported that they have received these bomb threats, whereas what sources are telling us that in specific districts such as the Dwarka district, 6 to 7 schools have already reported that they have received these emails. 2 to 3 schools in Noida have also reported that they have received these emails.
An unprecedented and historic election. A vote that decides Bharat's quest for greatness.
A mandate that paves the way for 1 billion aspirations.
A verdict the world is watching closely.
A battle for a rising Bharat's glorious future. Battle for Bharat. Elections equals CNN News 18.
Co-powered by
जो जितने बैग है सब
So yes, the number could increase at this point in time. As we speak, the number is constantly increasing. Several other schools are also reporting that they had this threat that came in this morning. I have a parent with me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am, एक सेकंड. आप यहीं पर हैं, लाइव पर हैं, मैम. आपके बच्चे यहाँ पे, मैम, क्या हुआ था और स्कूल ने क्या बोला था?
सर, स्कूल से अर्ली मॉर्निंग एक मैसेज आया था, उसके अंदर ये लेता है कि स्कूल के अंदर यहाँ पे एक बॉम्ब का मैसेज आया है. ये सर, मेरे स्कूल से भी मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं. तो तो ये मैसेज आया था कि आपका के स्कूल के बच्चे हैं तो लेके जाइए यहाँ से ये, तो इसलिए मैं अपने बच्चों को फिर यहाँ से लेके चली गई।
आपके बच्चे यहाँ से कितने बजे मैसेज आया था मैम अप्रॉक्सीमेटली?
सर सुबह 7:30 के अराउंड मैसेज आ गया था। ये 7:15 का उसका टाइम होता है ये।
अभी कोई अपडेट आया स्कूल
सर अभी से कोई अपडेट नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है, अभी कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है, कोई मैसेज नहीं है, स्कूल से कोई कुछ नहीं हो रहा, अभी कोई टच नहीं है ये। Thank you so much.
So yes, I'll just try and show you in the visuals over here. Parents are constantly coming over here. They have taken their wards back to their homes, but this is Mother Mary School out here in East Delhi, and as we speak, the number of schools that are reporting such emails is constantly increasing. More than 10 schools have officially reported that they have received these.
And Federal Bank Primetime Studio.
You're watching the Hard Facts. We are coming to you live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio. Viewers, why has the Congress appeared so stricken with confusion in declaring their candidates for the Gandhi family bastions of Amethi and Raebareli? Is it so